says that she loves me. Isn't it lovely when the one you're lusting is the one you're loving?
What's happening with the Oklahoma Supreme Court? What's going on, Damario
All right,
Solomon-Simmons?
cool. I'm real pumped to say I got to do a little backstory, Karen. As you know, for 3 years we've been fighting to get justice for the last 3 living survivors. We've already talked about them. 109, Viola Ford Fletcher. 108, Leslie Benefield Randall, who'll be 109 on November 10th, and 102-year-old my man Hughes Van Heller's Uncle Red. You know, we had our case dismissed out of the trial court on July 7th. And we were devastated by that. We didn't see that coming. We thought it was unfair, unfounded, and unjust. Well, we had to file our Supreme Court appeal to the Oklahoma Supreme Court. And in Oklahoma, every case is filed to the Oklahoma Supreme Court on appeal. But 99% of the cases are then kicked down to what we call the Oklahoma Civil Appeals Court. We were hoping and praying and asking the Supreme Court to retain our case, keep our case, because our survivors are so old, the issue is so important, and we needed an answer so quickly. And I'm happy to report on the Karen Hunter show, first time publicly, that the Oklahoma Supreme Court accepted our case. They kept our case. That was one of 3 major hurdles that we have to overcome. We've done that. We are excited. The survivors are so grateful. We're thankful to Oklahoma Supreme Court that they saw the impact of this case, saw the importance of this case. And Karen, all we're asking them to do, we're not asking them to provide us a remedy. We're not asking them to provide us an actual award. We're only asking them to give us the opportunity to go to court. Give us the opportunity to prove our case so we can show the world in court with evidence what happened during the massacre, how it continues to this day, has a public nuisance, and what it takes to abate it. So as of today, we will be within the Supreme Court. They will decide our case, and that is a huge victory for our clients, for our community, and for our entire country that is pushing for justice for Greenwood, because justice for Greenwood is justice for the entire community. Because if you cannot get justice for the largest race massacre in the history of this country, 40 blocks burnt to the ground, 12,000 people impacted, up to 3,000 people disappeared, never heard from again. Confirmed 8,000 people homeless up to a year and a half. 1,550 homes plus burnt down to the ground, most never rebuilt. $200 million in property damage alone. Don't even talk about the loss of life, income, and wealth. 102 years of no accountability. If we have video, we have pictures, we have hundreds of insurance claims. We have 3 living survivors. If we cannot get justice for that, then all of us are at risk, because that means no Black person's life has rights that a white man is bound to respect, going back to 1857, the Dred Scott case with Judge Taney. That's what we're talking about here, Karen. That's what the Tulsa Race Massacre public nuisance litigation is about. That's what Justice Greenwood is about. That's what we're talking about today about Oklahoma Supreme Court, giving us an opportunity to get in court and prove our case.
When is the case going to be heard?
That we don't know. So we have no time.
So they just said we will hear it, but they're not even setting a date. This could be a year from now.
It could be. It could be. You know, they didn't have to.
How do we can we put pressure? Like, what can we do, Damario?
They have, they have no guidelines. There's nothing in the law that requires them to act anytime beyond what they want to do. There's no like, oh, you got to have a decision within a year. But what we've done, we have made it very clear in our pleadings, our filings, the seriousness of this issue, the time of the essence, the age of our clients. And we feel good that they at least understood that for them to keep the case. Now we're asking them to move to a resolution as quick as possible. Every day that goes by is a blessing, but also it's a scary moment for me. Every morning when I wake up and think about these people who are all over 100 years old, the last survivors, we want them to see justice in their lifetime. We want them to leave this earth knowing that someone was held accountable, that the court system in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the United States of America said, we see you. We saw what happened to you. We know it was wrong. This is not about money. This is about accountability. This is about respect. This is about human rights. This is about, do we have a judicial system that will give the same rights to Black people that they give to everyone else? Are we first-class citizens or are we not?
Right. Yes. Yes. Well, we don't have to beg for that though. But I'm here. And give us the marching orders, Damario. You know we're gonna activate.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I run my fingers through her hair as she smiles and says that she loves me. Isn't it lovely when the one who loves